Hey everyone! In this video I decided to think about what would happen if Melon Playground got a 3D mode and also multiplayer. I think these are the two biggest updates players are waiting for. So let's discuss when they might arrive and how much the game would change. Episode 1. Introduction. Right now, Melon Sandbox is a 2D world where we can run endless experiments, create rules, and turn the game into a real physics lab. But imagine for a second, the developers make not one, but two revolutions. The first, the game becomes 3D. The second, they add multiplayer. That would be the rebirth of the entire game. Episode 2. What 3D would change? Let's start with 3D. The moment the game becomes three-dimensional, physics of characters and objects completely transform. You could build multi-story buildings, towers, and underground bunkers. Explosions would scatter in all directions, not just flat across the screen. Even a simple experiment with a car and a dummy would look 10 times more epic, because you could crash from every angle, even dropping from a rooftop. And then come new types of weapons and machines, drones, planes, helicopters, and full 3D traps with ceilings and hidden rooms. Imagine creating a death maze where players must find the exit. Episode 3. What multiplayer would change? Now let's imagine multiplayer arrives together. With 3D, this is where the real chaos begins. First, players could build worlds together. One creates a base, another spawns enemies, a third makes traps. Second, there would be online battles. One player commands an army, the other controls the opposition. It would feel like a mix of Melon Sandbox and a real-time strategy game. Third, players could challenge each other live. Who can reach the exit of a deadly map first? Who survives longer in a room where bombs drop every 5 seconds? And of course, the most important part, community content. In the workshop, there would be not just mods, but full multiplayer maps, car races, gladiator arenas, zombie wave survival, with hundreds of thousands of players already in the community. Imagine all of them online at the same time. Episode 4. Problems and challenges. But let's be honest, multiplayer and 3D wouldn't just be fun. They'd bring serious problems too. First, optimization. Even in 2D, the game lags when too many objects spawn. Now picture that in 3D plus multiplayer. Second, balance. Players would constantly look for cheats, exploits, and bugs, while servers struggle to keep up. And third, the sheer workload. Developers would basically have to build an entirely new game from scratch. Episode 5. When could this happen? So, is any of this realistic? Right now, the developers are moving towards Worlds and the Workshop, letting players create and share their own environments. That alone is a massive step. It's fair to assume that someday, we might at least see a co-op mode or a simplified, experimental 3D feature. But full multiplayer plus 3D? That sounds more like a whole new game from the same team. Episode 6. Finale plus question. So friends, if Melon Sandbox ever becomes 3D and multiplayer at the same time, it would be nothing less than a revolution. For now, we can only dream and keep creating amazing worlds with the tools we already have. But tell me, what do you think will arrive first, 3D or multiplayer? And would you actually play Melon Sandbox online with your friends? Drop your answers in the comments, maybe even the developers will see them.